God has something in store for you, and you will get it. I was praying this morning, and I was also sending out my messages on the bed. And suddenly, it was as if I slept, but I was alert. Then God showed me a vision between 2:30 a.m. and 2:45 a.m. It's a vision of warning to any compromising believer. A believer that is getting comfortable with the things of the world and saying it does not matter. Some months, some years ago, the things you are comfortable with now will have been very repulsive to you. You will have hated them. But now, there's no more difference. You are no longer horrified by some of the thoughts you are thinking, some of the movies you are watching, some of the books you are reading, some of the online sites you are going to. And God told me that this is a warning for every believer. In this vision, I saw somebody, a lady, on a floor. And immediately God showed me not just where she was standing, but the staircase to where she was going to. But most importantly, what was on the other side. After where she was going to, there was a staircase on the left. And if she stepped into that, God showed me everything at the same time. And this lady began to walk down the staircase. It was wooden. I can still see it very well. It was wooden staircase, and there are about 5 of them. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. And she stepped down to this floor, and she stood there. But what I saw, she didn't see. I saw fire on the left side, that if she turned again to descend, she would descend completely into fire. This fire was at different levels. There was one, I can still remember very well, that was shooting up the most. Others were shooting up more, but it was a flame. Nothing would have made her to survive. And God told me that this is what is happening to believers. And I'm praying God that worldwide, what I'm saying now will be heard. God made me to understand that some of us are descending the way of the world. And one more step, it will be into this inferno. Because this lady that I saw, she had descended a staircase of 5 steps. As I was driving to church, it occurred to me that 5 is the number of grace. 5 is the number of grace. In other words, she was exhausting her grace. She had taken the steps, 5 of them, and was now on a floor. If she turned left to take the next flight of stairs, she would not have returned. And God told me to warn us, to warn you, and to warn me. Don't abuse my grace. Don't take my grace for granted. If she had taken one more step, it was at that point that God opened my eye. I stopped seeing the vision. So I know that person, there's still hope. There's still hope for you. There's still hope for me. But please don't play with grace. Don't take the grace of God for granted. She had exhausted the levels of grace. And it's certain, because I can remember this vision, this morning between 2:30 and 2:45, I can still remember it very well. What's sad about this vision is that the lady didn't know she was in trouble. There was no inclination. When you are in trouble, if you're about to step into fire, you'll be afraid. There was no fear. She was just moving about. Compromise has become normal. Oh God, please have mercy. Compromise has become normal. And if she had taken one more step, there will have been no return. She will have entered that inferno. I saw the fire, she didn't see it. Everybody rise to your feet. Lord, help me not to exhaust the grace that you have given to me. Help me not to take your grace for granted. Thank you for your mercy. But help me not to take this last step to the point of no return. Let God hear you. Please help me. It is not for anybody in particular. It's for all of us. 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 Help me, Lord, not to take this last step into that burning inferno. The step of no return. Please help me. Please help me. In Jesus' mighty name. Please, you may take your